Hey, what is up everybody? Mark here. Today I'm going to give you a quick project overview of this thing right here that I'm calling my mountain camping scene. Or I wish I was camping, because I pretty much always wish I was camping. I think you're going to really enjoy making this. I made this out of MDF or Glowforge draft board, a medium draft board. You can make it out of whatever you'd like. But I just found that it makes it easy to paint. It's inexpensive to put together. It uses just under 3 sheets of material, about 2.5. And that's only if you make this bottom layer right here, which I think really adds to it. But if you don't want to make that particular layer, then you can make this out of 2 sheets of material. It's got some 3-dimensional, or technically 2-dimensional trees here that I really like, that adds some depth. It's got a little sign that you can engrave whatever you want to on it. I have it say Our Happy Place and the Colliers, but you can do whatever you like there. Got a little fire there. Got a camper, or if you're a tent person, you can do a tent instead. So it's got those options. And of course, you can paint it anything you want. I'll go ahead and include the names of the paints that I used, but honestly, they're just some cheap paints that I got at Hobby Lobby, so you can do whatever you want. But I think you really enjoy this, so let's jump into looking at all the pieces and I'll show you how it goes together. Okay, so let me go through all the pieces first and then I'll show you how they go together. So you've got the main base, you've got a bottom piece here, right here, that I'll talk to you about in just a moment, that is optional if you like. And then you've got the what I'll call the grass and the stream here. Then you've got the very back piece that stands up in the back. The next set of mountains that go there in front of the back piece. Then you've got 2 sets of larger trees here that go together. Then you've got 2 individual flat trees. You've got the Happy Place sign here, the sun, you've got your little fire here with the logs that sit just like this, the camper that has 3 layers, the back, the top, and the bottom, and then the last piece is the tent if you need to use that. So let me first of all kind of move some pieces out of the way and talk about the base first. So here's the way that the base is optional for you to use if you like. So what I suggest here is that you use it in 2 layers here. So you cut this bottom layer and then you're going to lay these top 3 pieces on top of it just like this. And the reason that I like to cut the river out is because it's a lot easier to paint, where I can just paint it as a separate piece just like this. And then I can paint this green or whatever, paint this green, and then put these together like this. Now, the option that you have is you can completely skip this bottom piece completely. And instead, now listen closely, this is important. When you're cutting it, the lines right here are red. You can choose to score that instead of cut. And you can just score that. This will be a single layer, then all the pieces will go into these slots. That's no problem. However, if you cut that, then of course you're going to need this bottom piece to put everything on so they don't fall apart. I think it looks better with the bottom piece, but it does add an additional piece of material to use. And it does it makes it easier to paint. All right. So that's how the base goes together. And all this is made with medium draft board. Of course, as always, you measure your stuff first, but if you're using 1/8 inch, like a medium draft board, this should be great for you. But please check that first. Okay, so here's the back piece right here with the sun. What you're going to do after you paint it is you can paint the sun, and then you can just glue the sun right on top of it like that. Then it goes into that slot right there to stand up. I know this angle will look very strange, so I'm just going to show you where that goes. I'll lay it back there. Next, you have the middle mountains. I painted these a dark blue, and then that I did a purple so that it had some contrast. So that's the mountains. That goes in the second slot there. And then you've got, still moving toward the front, you've got these 2 pine trees here, and they go right there and right there. The larger pine trees on the corners, you'll take a pair that has a slot in the top and a slot in the bottom, and after you paint those and they dry, you just put them together like that, and then they go right in those slots there. Super easy. Just like that. Your sign, you can put anything you want to on there. You can put our happy place, you can put anything you want, and then your family name, whichever you want that appeals to you on that. That guy goes right there. The fire is pretty straightforward. It is just 2 pieces. You're going to paint this one maybe the color of logs and paint all this orange, the flame, and then you're just simply going to glue it together just like that. After the glue dries, since I don't have it glued, I can't hold on to it, but that guy goes right there for the fire. And then all you have left now is your camper or your tent. I painted the tent orange. I thought that was a nice contrast to all the green. It goes right there. Or you can use the camper, and it's 3 pieces. It also goes in the same slot. I painted the back piece all black, and then I painted the top here red and the bottom here white. And so that way it's got some nice contrast. And then you put those together, glue it together like that, and then it stands up in this slot here. And that's all that it takes to put this together. It's really, really easy. In fact, I'll go and grab the finished one here off camera. See if I can tilt it up towards you here. But here's the finished item. Wow, that is a very strange angle. But there it is there. And again, you can use whatever colors you want, whatever paints you want, but I think you're really going to like the end result. Let me know if you have any questions, and please share your finished items with me because I'd love to see them.